Let's begin that. The computer on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Every season takes on a life of its own. I think that you have in a good program, you want to have carryover, right? You want to be able to carry over fragment. You want to be able to carry over players that impactful players. But every season is different, and so in this case, we have a lot back. But we also, guys have new roles. So we're still figuring that out, I think, as a staff, but definitely as a team, what their roles are going to be and who's going to develop into, to be go-to guys. I mean, that for certain. And we have some very important players back. Frank and Jared were huge for us last year, and Grant and Santia were big freshmen for us last year. And Frank will be one of the top players in our league, and I think Jared really should have been an all-conference caliber play last year. He had a great year. Wade Coomer is having a terrific start to the season. Francis Seo came to us from Wingate, another Division II transfer, has been very good as well. And Valentino Hart from Tampa Prep has been very impressive to start the season. Just does a lot of great energy, toughness things, and has been and has been scoring the ball as well. And certainly Malik and Rob for us, we need them to add some depth, and guys getting caught up to speed with our offense and our system. That's a lot. You're really putting in. We get some time with them in the preseason, but in these few weeks heading into playing a top 20 team at Alabama Huntsville on the 12th at 5:30 p.m. You're going to be ready to you got to be ready to go, and we can't figure things out at that stage. So who's in our rotation, who's playing? I'm not sure at this stage. Who everyone will where we'll all be, but we'll figure it out. We'll get after it. We'll compete for sure. I think, 2 years ago when we had non-conference games and we had the number 1 or number 2, we had the number 1 strength of schedule in the region, one of the top ones in the country. The year before, when I was coaching, we had the top ranked schedule in the country. We try to play a tough schedule. I think it's important to be ready. On top of that, our league, I just saw a statistical ranking of our league that was the number 1 ranked league, Sunshine State Conference, in the country for men's basketball. It really is an underrated league. People don't realize how good this basketball is, how many good teams there are, and how there's no bad team at the bottom of our league. There's just the team who finishes 9th, 10th, 11th, those are really good basketball teams that maybe had the injury bug, had a bad stretch, lost some close games, whatever it is, but they're certainly capable of beating anybody. And you have to be ready to bring in. You have to be elite defensively. You have to take care of the ball. You have to have guys who can make plays down the clock. And even then, you have to have more than that to win this league and to make the NCAA tournament. So having a difficult non-conference schedule, I think it's important. I think our guys appreciate that because they do want to compete. They don't want to play a bunch of blowout NAIA schools. They want to get after it and play Division II competition and the best we can. It's a long journey. It's an arduous season. It's one of the longest seasons in NCAA men's basketball. It's very physical. It's mentally draining. You have scouting reports. You have preparation. You have to know your stuff. You have to know opponents. You have to compete every day in practice, physicality, conditioning. There's so many layers there. It can really, it can wear you down. Like there's no question. Like men's basketball athletes, they're going to get worn down at some level. So the ability to keep them fresh heading into a game, like that's part of what we do, but also like to stay mentally fresh as a unit. That's what they do together. Like the idea that they're gonna fight for each other, they're gonna compete for each other. That kind of foxhole mentality. That's what keeps a team moving forward. And the quicker that our guys assimilate and embrace our culture, but more importantly, they really genuinely like and care about each other, the better off you are of having a higher percentage chance of having a successful season. Well, it's a great group. I mean, we have some great new guys for sure to pepper in, and we have a group that had the highest GPA in school history. I think in our 6 years here that we're out of 43 teams in the South region, We're third for winning percentage and number of wins, and this is a program, this is a championship level program. We'll have a chance to compete for that again this year. It'll be very difficult. There's a number of teams. I could see any number of 4 or 5 teams in our league winning the league this year, for sure. There's so many good teams. I know a couple of them got ranked. I know we received votes in the top 25, but that stuff that's somebody's opinion at this stage. But going forward, when the rubber hits the road, I definitely could see 4 or 5. So they're gonna be treated to some high level of basketball, whether it's our non-conference schedule or our conference schedule. And they're going to see a great product. And this year in the conference season, I think other than the first conference game, the weekend games, mostly Saturdays, there is a Friday and a Sunday game as well. We're going to play the early games, so we'll play at 2 o'clock start on those, so that's a little bit unique for our fans to come out. I think the women will play after us in those doubleheaders in the Sunshine State Conference on the weekends. On Wednesdays, we'll still play at 7:30. But it's a great group. It's been enjoyable to coach. We've really been after them this preseason. We've definitely been after them intensely. We have to raise our defensive intensity to another level, I feel. But I think it'll be a fun group to watch for sure.